Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to the Traders Reality Crypto Projections channel, episode 42. We are rolling on to a new month now, the month of July. So if you are new here, please try and go look at the previous videos. All right. The great thing about those videos is you're able now to go back in time and explore at the criteria that was needed in order for price to get to the projected zones. And then you'll be able to zoom into real time and look at how everything played out. Well, you get it. So from June all the way through till now, you'll be able to look at the price action from each video that has been uploaded on the projection that we anticipated Bitcoin to move, or Ethereum or XRP. So it's a good exercise for you to just go through those videos so that you're training your eyes, and then you're effectively stepping closer and closer to proficiency in this game. All right, because this game's all about practicing. That's all it is. Now, practice doesn't make perfect, but it can make it pretty accurate, and I'll take that any day. Anyways, let's have a conversation about Bitcoin. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. If not, listen well. Check this out. Last night, or should I say yesterday, Bitcoin made its presence very well known around the daily open. All right, this purple line is the daily open. The amount of times that they trapped traders up into believing that it was going to go lower with the development of these spikes to the low. These are pins. All right, these are candlestick pins, or we call them pins, but they're wicks. All right. Now, there is a lot of discussion about what these really are. Some people call them rejection, or, people aren't interested with price at that point. Well, no, that's not really what it is. All right. Remember, in order for the wick to appear, someone had to have an order there. Someone had to place an order. Someone had to place an order. The wicks are the market maker's footprint on them tapping liquidity and bringing price back up. The daily open was being used to effectively build the market maker's positions. Now, coupled with the fact that the Asian session for Bitcoin initiated a stop hunt rise, and then the UK followed through by taking out the previous green vector, dropping price, building the longs. Okay, the actual Brinks box itself in the US session triggered a stop hunt rise, drop. They too started building longs, and then towards the final session, the final trade of the day as such, okay, they closed above the daily open for that session. Now, that was a very big sign for us that there was strength. Coming into last night's Asian session itself, you can see that they hit the zone one more time by this stopping volume candle, spiking lower, getting the retail trader who believed that price should continue lower from this point, keeping their liquidity committed, and in the same token, bringing price all the way back up, hitting their liquidation points and their stops, and making a run for profit. This red candle here was the market maker's attempt at solidifying to the retail trader that the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA was weak. Okay. Now, if you flip onto the 1 hour time frame, you're going to see the same story. All right. Look at that. Look at that zone. Now, the moving averages themselves are pretty flat at this point, so there was no clear direction. But when you break down the candlesticks and translate the story of the market maker's movement, you're going to get an idea of what they could be trying to do. Now, look at this. You can see that price was above at this point. All right. It was above the 5 EMA, the 13 EMA, and that's one of the criteria that we need. You can see 3 pins to the low. The M2 pivot point was showing support. So we needed to add a couple of more elements of confluence to solidify that price was going to go higher. We had the vector candle to the left of the chart, which was made in yesterday's session by the UK. Price then comes above the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA, and then the 13 EMA crosses the 50. Happy days. We are in projection territory. So yesterday we saw this projection point. So if you watched last night's stream, you would have seen that we discussed this situation right here, and now price has come all the way back towards it, and now we are stabilizing in and around the Brinks box for the UK session. So where do we think Bitcoin will go next? Well, there's one or two things that can happen. Bitcoin can now actually come back down to test the 50 EMA, which will be a valid retrace. Then if it holds this point, all right, we should be seeing Bitcoin come and making one more attempt towards yesterday's high and hit this projection point, which sits in and around the 35 zone. Now, they build their positions below key notable areas. So look at where we are. The notable volume, the notable number itself is the 35,000. All right. They build their longs below this number so that once they break through, they get the best fill possible, shift out the zone. Okay. So we should see a vector candle appearing in and around the 35k mark on the intention that they are not finished with keeping price, or should I say they're not intending on sending price down lower. Okay, but remember, they can send it down. All right, just because we think it won't doesn't mean that it won't. Okay, so next point, 35,154 for Bitcoin. On the basis that it actually holds well from the M2 pivot, it implies that we're looking for the M4 projection zone. So that takes us to 35,549, right, on the principle of the pivots. Okay, so we could get a retrace to the 50, move up. We could simply get a consolidation in and around this zone, move up. Or we could get some news on Twitter that's going to be detrimental to Bitcoin, and then it will drop down lower and retest the daily open again. Now, the only vectors that I see in and around this zone are here. So that's the pivot point. So they may come and bring price down to the pivot and bounce away from that, which will be consistent with rise, retrace, continuation to the upside. All right. Because price is away from the moving average, the 50 EMA. We need to regulate it and bring it back so we can understand the market maker's intention. Zooming out on the 1 hour time frame, you can see W formation valid, retrace, W formation currently coming into play. This is still level 1. All right. For the bigger pattern, look. This whole range here is still level 1. All right, so when we're in good position, but we're not out the woods until Bitcoin makes an attempt and closes above the 800 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, which is the 200 EMA 4 hour. Okay, wonderful. Ethereum has been doing so well. All right, I'm really impressed with Ethereum. Technically, she is the superior coin. Price is above the 800 EMA, above the 50, above the 200, above the 5, and above the 13 EMA. Technically, she is sound. She's showing so much strength. All right. Now, this W pattern here is working wonders. The bigger W formation, okay, is rise up level 1. Rise up level 2. So we're waiting for level 2 to be completely confirmed. Granted, she did break out up here, but there was no continuation. Look at the big green vector candle. Yeah. It came up, took out yesterday's high. Sorry, it took out this previous position here, yeah, which was yesterday's high. That was here, should I say. All right. And they came above, but there was no follow through. Naturally, I'm expecting them to bring price down towards the 13 EMA, stabilize, and make an attempt towards the range daily high, because the range daily high is very close. You've seen this happen many a times, guys. All right. Just look at the last time. Look at this here. Come up, retrace, bounce, move higher. All right. Where is the next example? Not that one, because you already had the vector there and it followed through with that. Here it is. Vector, retrace, move back up. When they recover the vector candle straight away, it means they just want to quickly book a profit and then continue with their intention to move higher. All right. That is where we are with Ethereum. The next projection point, which she did hit this morning, is the range daily high, which sits at this next liquidity pool up here, which is the 2,500 and 2,473. That is the liquidity pool that we're interested in with Ethereum. Okay, so we'll get that sorted right there, 2.5 mark, and then that zone right there, 2,469. So that'll do. All right, cool. XRP. XRP, she hit that projection point. Happy days. Nice. Yep, she's done that very well. We did that in last night's stream. Wonderful. But the problem is XRP, you know, there's a lot of things happening with XRP. And I'm surprised that she's still trading at the price that she's trading at. Okay, because of the SSC as such. But the next projection point for XRP will be this zone right here, which takes us to the 0.6897 mark and the 0.6986. So that should be where XRP ends up, on the basis that this move to the upside by Bitcoin and Ethereum still plays out. Okay, so mad love and respect to all of you guys. I'll be tuning in again tomorrow, same time, roughly about 10 o'clock, just after the Brinks box. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Peace.